Hi, I'm Laurel Thompson. Sometimes violinists and violists find that their vibrato is too fast, too slow, uneven, out of tune, or just non-existent. All these are problems that can be fixed. So here are 5 ways you can break down the anatomy of your vibrato and manage common mechanical issues to improve your technique. Beginners generally use 3 points of contact to orient the left hand: the thumb, the fingertips, and the base of the index finger between the palm and the thumb. However, for successful vibrato, you must allow the base of the index finger to move freely away from the neck. If that portion of the hand is locked down, you'll get no wiggle or very little wiggle. You get the idea. It can certainly touch, but it should just never be glued down. If you have a very fast vibrato or don't hear much waver despite vibrato motions, this is probably your culprit. You may need to experiment with your instrument hold to feel comfortable enough to let this grip go. But if it's simply a habit, practice the following exercise. Use your second finger in 3rd position on the A string to find the same E as your open string. You can match it with your E string if that's comfortable for you. Let the rib of your instrument provide a reference point for your movements. For wrist vibrato, a fulcrum for the base of your palm, and for arm vibrato, a point to touch each time you come back to your target pitch. Beginning on your target pitch, relax your finger joints and slowly roll back on the finger pad, uncovering the string until your finger lies flat against the fingerboard. You always want to move in the direction of the string and never perpendicular to it. If your gripping habit is extreme, you may find the joint closest to the fingertip simply collapsing down. Instead, initiate the movement from the wrist if you're doing wrist vibrato, or from the elbow if you're doing elbow vibrato. Pull the hand back, or the forearm back, as the case may be, and let the base of the index finger hang freely away from the neck. Then rock forward, returning to your target pitch. Let's add the bow. Focus on creating a smooth siren type sound between your target pitch and its slightly flat variant. You want to have a smooth roll from the target pitch all the way down. Next, add a metronome and gradually take your rocking motions up to full speed. With the metronome at 52, start with 1 vibrato cycle, which would be the target pitch to a lower pitch, over 2 beats. Next, make this cycle in 1 beat, then 2 cycles per beat, 3, 4, 6, and finally 8, which will be a healthy vibrato. As you increase the number of cycles per beat, make your rocking motions narrower. So when you're starting off with the slower rocking motions, you will be flat against the fingerboard with that finger. However, when you get up to 8, you'll be just on the very tip of your finger. So moving from 2 per beat to 4 per beat, I'm going to want to use a full bow for each of these. So 2 and 2, and then I'm going to go 4 and 4. I'm moving from 3 per beat to 6 per beat. I'm going to go 3 in 1 bow, and 3 in 1 bow, and then 6 in 1 bow, and 6 in 1 bow. And I'm going to be making those rocking motions quite a bit narrower when I move to 6. the moment you start losing control of the motion, either in terms of speed or width. Stop and build up again from a slower speed. Mastery of this exercise on all fingers and in various positions can take months, so be patient and practice consistently for 5 to 10 minutes each day. Vibrato moves only between a target pitch and a slightly flat version of that pitch. So if your vibrato makes you sound out of tune, it's usually because you're either not hitting your target pitch at the top or the width of your rocking motions are inconsistent in general. To check your vibrato against your target pitch, use your second finger in third position on the D string and match it to your open A. Now, play both strings in unison and do the aforementioned gradual rocking patterns. Each time you rock up to the target A, listen intently to your open string and precisely match it with your fingered pitch. If general inconsistency is your problem, listen carefully and make each high and low pitch of your vibrato the same across all cycles with the same width and speed. In order to listen carefully for all those highs and lows, you may need to slow your vibrato down a little bit. And that can be a good practice in general if you want to create a warmer vibrato, for instance. So starting off, I might just listen to the target pitch, in this case a D, which has a nice natural ringing sound because of the sympathetic vibrations with the open D string. And once I start my vibrato, I'm trying to get just that consistent sound of the little wiggle of the vibrato. If I'm hearing something that's inconsistent, it might sound more like a little bit like Halloween or something. If your vibrato is too slow and too wide and can be hard to initiate in fast passages, practice narrower rocking motions focusing on the upswing and increasing cycles per beat. You can also try dotted rhythms rather than steady rocking cycles. When doing dotted rhythms, that fast upswing will help invigorate your vibrato. So instead of the, you could go. So instead of that even rocking, you might try. That latter exercise forces your hand to move quickly with time to prepare built conveniently into the exercise. If your vibrato is too narrow and fast, perhaps created with a tense jitter in the elbow, that slow siren practice is key. Vibrato can bring warmth and color to a piece or add intensity and interest. Once you master the mechanics of vibrato, you must learn to use vibrato as an expressive element. Slower pieces are usually better expressed with a slower, wider vibrato, whereas faster pieces need vibrato to be narrow, quick, and explosive. You want to listen to the vibrato choices of others and learn to tell the difference between fast and slow, narrow and wide, and across different stylistic periods and genres. Sometimes artists start vibrato explosively at the beginning of a note. And other times, they choose to use no vibrato or only towards the end of a note for a gradual swell of sound. Treat vibrato with careful consideration, like any ornament. You can apply vibrato to notes, but better yet, listen to the phrasing of a passage, determine its emotion or mood, and use vibrato to bring this message to light. Just remember, by addressing the most common physical and mechanical issues, and learning to choose vibrato qualities that suit the style and mood of your pieces, you can fix any problems you have, creating a rich, warm vibrato tone. I'm Laurel Thompson. Thanks for watching Strings Guides.